Hello, YouTube. I am Shaggy. I am Philalitea, and this is very loud in my ears. Give me just a moment. Tonight, we return to playing Final Fantasy the First, and I kind of have a couple of things prepared to talk about tonight. So this one might be a little shorter. I've gotten a lot of material done today, but also my time management. I talked about this at the beginning of last live block. My time management has sucked today. Um, I'm coping with that, but it took me longer than I thought to charge my phone at Taco Bell, and now I'm messing around with trying to find my other external charger instead of using the one that I already have out, because the one that I have already out is my good one that will actually charge in a decent amount of time. And I didn't realize that my headphones case is nearly dead. And so I was ready. I was ready. I didn't have to hit live. I didn't think I was going to do, um, what I have done. Stop what you're doing and load this. All right, as we remember, Madge has been, and we are returning to town, having beaten a boss with him unconscious. Well, he got the experience. He was stoned, petrified by the experience, in fact. Okay, so I don't know why I am the way I am. I don't know why I hit go. I don't know why I'm pulling this bottle of water out from under where I've got my backpack. So it's not really a backpack, it's actually a sling bag, but that's what they're called. At the right angle so that my phone is where I want it, so that my camera is where I want it. I don't know why I mess with success, guys. I don't know why I have to do this, but I have to do this. I don't know why I am this way, but I am this way. And so rather than try to hide it and never come to the live stream or be so late that I was building toward telling you I might only end up doing an hour on this stream rather than we've been getting 2 hours. It'll be midnight in 45 minutes for me. No, 66 minutes. So you're going to get from this point on at least 66 minutes is what I'm telling you. I'm going to go till midnight, but I've eaten more calories today than I did last night because my guy Mr. S, I guess, really enjoyed that last stream. And so he sent me money to eat dinner on, and I obviously didn't spend all of the money that he sent me to eat dinner on, but I had the chicken, the cantina chicken quesadilla from Taco Bell, and I'm pretty sure they didn't do anything cantina to it in the kitchen, whatever that cantina is supposed to mean. I'm 85% they didn't do that, but it had so much fucking cheese and chicken in it, it was actually making me gag, because I know, but I'm lactose intolerant. Whether I'm lactose intolerant naturally or I became lactose intolerant from working at a combination gas station ice cream parlor and literally eating pints of ice cream a day, is hard to say, but cheese and also just so much acid. I just took so much acid during that time in my life. LSD. I ate so much LSD in that time in my life. It really did change my diet. I can't eat meat the same way. I used to just be able to eat meat, no problem. And that sounds silly to say in that syntax or with that sentence structure. And I know that, but now I really have to not be thinking about the fact that meat comes off a body like mine, and that if I had played my cards differently, I could have been that meat. I have to really work to not have those thoughts while I'm eating carne now because of the LSD. I ate something with meat in it while I was eating LSD, and I imagined biting into my own arm and finding that, and that sticks with you, sticks in your brain when your neurons are opened up to novel experiences. That's what terror is the experience I'm describing to you. I terrorized myself over meat, and this is where vegetarianism actually comes from. Vegetarianism, as an ideological choice, actually comes from the terror that I'm describing, whether the terror of being eaten or the terror of realizing that meat comes from a living animal. But then you trip acid while you're eating lettuce, and you realize that, oh yeah, grass is also alive, and in fact, what we smell, that smell that we associated, that we not associated, that we broadly associate with um, a beautiful, perfectly manicured, brand new, fresh lawn, that beautiful, fresh cut grass smell is actually a hormone that they release in the air to let other blades of grass nearby realize that they are dying. That's real. Um, Plants communicate with one another through chemical signals in the air that they can sense on their leaves, etc. Okay, what were we doing? We just did what? We just did the what's our most recent key item? That'll help me know what we're doing. We just got the earth rod. We have to go back into the devil's tail. So that's what I like about this game. You go to your key item, and it tells you basically your most recent key item tells you what you're doing in the game. I like that so much more than what we're going through right now. Did I not turn the encounters back on? I swear to God, I thought I did. Didn't. Swear to God, I thought I did. I was really certain, in fact, that I did. And this annoys me that I have to turn this down every time. Every time I play. That annoys me. Does that hurt my eyes? Oh, God, did that okay. That does hurt my eyes. Does that hurt your eyes? The old school graphics? They hurt my eyes, man. Okay. There are a couple of things that I want to talk about tonight. And I'm certain, in fact, that I just left a meaningful sentence, a meaningful story unsaid. Damn it, how do you play this game? It's different buttons than Chrono Trigger, but only slightly. I am hoping that itch on my inner thighs is just that my underwear were too tight and not sweat rash. It was sweat rash. That thing I was talking about earlier today when I was talking about how hot it is and how I needed to be careful sitting outside. I was going to let myself soak in sweat, and then it's going to give me rashes. If I have a damn sweat rash on my inner thigh, I'm going to be annoyed with myself. But I've made it this long. I'm annoyed with myself because I bathed really intensely yesterday and today, and they don't have at the Dollar Tree that I frequent, they don't have any of the baking soda wipes I've been using, and so I use these aloe vera and chamomile wipes, and I'm just going to be really annoyed if I've got this rash because I don't have the baking soda, and I'm going to be really vindicated that the first thing I bought with my homelessness money was a pack of those baking soda wipes, because I knew, and this is true, that the frontiers people who settled the west of North America, of the United States rather, they bathe with baking soda because it's antibacterial, antimicrobial, and well, it's antifungal, but it's anti-stink because it's antimicrobial. But I think all that happened is that my underwear was just too tight around that part of my leg, and so I've just got basically, like around when you wear your socks all day, you pull them off, and you got the little itchy squish marks. Okay, moved past that. I want to transition without a segue because I am hearing my transition. I'm hearing my segue. The crickets. Um, I want to ode to the crickets a little bit. I made myself cry today like a good can't stop crying. I'm in public. I should really be embarrassed, but whatever. These people don't know me. Who gives a fuck kind of cry? Just a real embarrassing adult emotional overwhelm cry. Um, Over the song Freebird. I was listening to the song Freebird on the, I started to call it on the way to work. Talk about habitual idiom creeping into my manner of describing myself. But going to Panera is where I go to work, and so I was going to work, and I was listening to Freebird, and I'm listening to this song, and I'm just feeling the vibe of the music, and just it just all of a sudden as I was listening to it, it just hit me. Those guys died, and they died so young, man. They died so young in that plane crash, and then it was just like there was a whole generation of people, multiple generation of people, but there was one young generation of people that were contemporary in age and younger than, uh, is it Ronnie Van Zant? Younger enough that he was a hero to them. That band was, but the guitarist, the Van Zant specifically, um, and then one day he was just dead. They were at the height of their powers, and then the next day they were just dead. That's all they were. They were just dead. End of story. Story's just over for them. You know, do not go to VHS, do not go to paperback, do not get a sequel, do not pass do not pass go, do not collect $200. It's just over. And it made me think of a passage from the Phaedrus, which if you haven't watched me screen capping the book from my phone because you want to listen to me reading it while I'm screen capping myself play um, Dead Cells. I owe you an apology today. Part of my shitty time management today uh, meant that I didn't get that video uploaded, so I'm going to have to pledge to do that tomorrow. It also meant that because I didn't get that video uploaded, I didn't do a reading today, so I don't have another video to cap. And so I owe you apologies for those things. Those are things that not that I've pledged to do, but that I wanted to do, that I could have done, and that I didn't get done. And that if nobody holds me accountable for, that if nobody will at least accept my apology and take me seriously, that I meant to do these things, why did I come back down here? I know that I killed the boss. That just hit me all at once. If I didn't need to use the staff, I've been down here before. I got the staff from the sage. Ooh. I can't just teleport. I don't have exit yet, do I? Oof. It's okay. It's okay. This is our shit shack team. I don't need to be nearly so worried about this stuff with this team. I've only healed once on our way down here. Kind of forgot about that a little bit. Just kind of got in my head a little bit. Okay, that's cool. I don't remember the next step. And this was the last of what I remembered last time. No, it's not. We did get further this time. The last of what I remembered last time was the star ruby. I didn't know what to do after the star ruby. Okay, so I know that. Well, I don't know how to find out, like, where to learn to do this, but I do remember where to go next. Because this is the same thing that happened. This is where this is where I lost your interest in the second of these videos that I did, and by you I mean the future audience. Um, because I didn't know what to do and I lost myself at it. And so we're going to go back to talking about the Phaedrus now that I remember where I am in the game, what I'm doing, my objectives, all of these things. I will have that up. That's what I'm saying. I will have the Phaedrus and Dead Cells will be up tomorrow, making sure that's not a rash that I feel on my foot. You can't even see what I'm doing, so I'm just going to turn that off. That doesn't make sense. I'll have that up tomorrow. I pledge that. Anyway, in the Phaedrus, he is Socrates. Plato has Socrates tell the titular character, Phaedrus. He asks him, he's like, "You've never heard the myth of the grasshoppers?" Is how he phrases it. And Phaedrus is like, "I don't know what you're talking about." And he tells him that grasshoppers are the voices, grasshoppers are what happened before time was time. All of the first crop of human beings before the flood of Daedalus, basically, because it might not be Daedalus, might not be his name. Don't quote me on that. But the Greeks have a world flood myth as well, but it's not Moses or Shupiluliuma. It's a different, not Shupiluliuma. That's a king. That's a Hittite king. Gilgamesh's ancestor's name is very much like that. It's like Shupiluliuma, but it's not that. Oh man. Anyway, the Greeks had their own flood myth because the northern hemisphere flooded. You're not going to find world flood myths in the southern hemisphere because the southern hemisphere didn't flood because it wasn't frozen. Anyway, Plato's Socrates explains that before that flood and subsequent to that flood, all of the people who spent all of their days singing instead of being prepared for the world after the flood, all the people who died singing in praise of the gods, basically, were turned into grasshoppers by the gods. And so the grasshoppers are a reminder to us of all of the people who have passed, who only wanted to give voice. And so if you could do me a solid. You don't have to do it every time, but if next time you hear a grasshopper, you just say a little prayer in your heart for everybody who ever died with a song unsung on their lips. I just made myself cry again. That would be really, really meaningful to me. There's that Garth Brooks song that I'm thinking about now. Where he talks about, bad things happen to everybody. Bad things happen to everybody, but some people wait their whole lives for that just never come in. And so if the next time you hear a cricket, you could just say a little prayer in your heart for those people. It would mean something to me. Whether you believe that there's a God that's listening or not. Because I don't always know I don't always know whether I believe, and I'm certain that I don't know whether there's a God that's listening. But I know those people would appreciate the thought. And all it'll cost you is a little bit of melancholy. And a little melancholy never really hurt anybody. A little bit of melancholy is good for you. A little bit of melancholy reminds you that you're alive. Literally, it reminds you that you're alive. You couldn't be just a little bit bummed out, just a little bit depressed, as far as if your mood were an EKG, echocardiogram, but the little doot 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 meter that they have on you in a hospital. If your mood, good or bad, could be measured like that, which it can't. But being a little bit depressed reminds you that you're alive, that you're not a robot. Moreover, that you're not dead. Because ghosts don't have gut brain biome situations or brain gut biome situations. They don't have stomachs that can be empty, and they don't have brains that can need calories in order to think and sustain themselves. Ghosts are just a memory. Ghosts might be real. Ghosts might be real. But they can't do all of these complex human things like feel and fear. And they can't sing. Whatever else they can't do, they can't sing. And so I would just think that was really cool if you did that. You don't even have to tell me you did it. My heart still breaks every day that the world let Elliott Smith die. It makes me so angry. And then we tell one another, "Oh, I didn't know, I had no idea." Well, what we should tell one another is, why didn't you say something? Why didn't you beat me? Why didn't you get there and help him first? And so I do wish that I could say never again would I pledge to just never again to stand idly by and know that someone is hurting and do and say nothing, but that's not true. There are a lot of people, especially women, that I just stay away. I have to level up to the next level to get exit. So what do we want more? Do we want defense or evasion? We already know the answer to that question, homies. Moving on with our lives from there. We lose a lot of people to the S word. We lose a lot of people. And it does not take a lot of time to just reach out and say, hey, I hope you're doing all right. Doesn't have to be every day. But it doesn't take a lot of personal effort to engage with the group chat. And this isn't me throwing shade at anybody in my life. This is me throwing shade at people like TJ Jefferson on the Rich Eisen show, who reads everything they talk about it on the show. He reads everything in the group chat, but he never feels like he has anything to say. Fuck you, man. Just say, hey. Hey, guys, I'm alive. That's why they're sharing things. None of the conversation in there is meaningful. Conversation is never truly meaningful. Small talk is, the meaning is that you're alive. And that's something to celebrate. So I've just always celebrated small talk. And I know young people, they feel like they're supposed to be so impatient with it, like, we want to get to the big talk, the important things. But when I see the pretty girl, any of the pretty girls at Dollar Tree or wherever else I go, Panera, wherever else I go, and I ask them, hey, how you doing? And they say they're doing good. And I say, that's good to hear. It's not good to hear because I want to see their tits. It's good to hear because it's just good to know that fellow human beings are alive and well. And that it should be that way for you too. If it's not, you have a lot of work to do on yourself. Because the well-being of others should just be good for you. That on its own should just be good. And good things on their own should just be good and enough. Not good enough, but good and enough. It's like I ask her how she's doing. How you doing? And she says, "Oh, I'm doing good." And I say, "That's good, but it would be better if you also gave me a Snickers bar." That's fucked up childish thinking. Like that's just an instant, that's a child's algorithm of sequitur from thought to thought, thing to thing. And that sounds so hard. Not like I'm a badass, but it sounds like such a hard line to draw between adult and child behavior. Like, well, where's the gray? Where's the learning, the transition? And it's like, if you don't know the answer to that, you're a child. Like I was trying to explain to someone today that you can't know how to differentiate yourself from your stereotype, as whatever it may be, whether your stereotype be racial or ethnic, class, whatever, even if it's down to your degree or your job or your personality type, whatever your stereotype is, the stereotype into which you fall neatly and naturally without doing anything. My stereotype is redneck, right? Hillbilly, extremely poor white person, white trash. This is my stereotype. These are the people that I grew up around. These are the people that I grew up among. These are the people that I was born to. Right? This is my stereotype. And what I was trying to explain to him is that you can't know. I was talking to a friend about this. You can't know and understand the difference and the emphasis here on know. You can't know how to avoid becoming your stereotype if you don't intimately understand your stereotype. You cannot know how to avoid your stereotype if you do not first know your stereotype. And what that means, I'm sorry, I'm adjusting my blanket and I forgot that I was also making a video stream and that you can't see that I'm adjusting my blanket. Blanket is how I totally meant to say that. You can't know for certain, how to make yourself something other than what you already are if you don't already know yourself. You see what I'm saying? And so the difference in being an adult and a child is one of a million different metrics. There's no one single thing. It's like, I don't care that you're Jewish. Your bar or bat mitzvah didn't make you a man. They didn't make you an adult. They forced you into a situation where if you found yourself thinking in childish ways, you would be embarrassed and refuse those childish behaviors. It's almost forcing an adult ideation on you because you have no choice. Now you turn 18. You turn 18 and an experienced adult is going to have the experience necessary to know that the difference between 17 and 365 days or 364 days and 17 and 365 days is one day, and that one day did not come with an adult lifetime of experience and checks and balances with internal checks and balances. um, it doesn't come with a adult lifetime of of knowledge of what will be expected of you with every coming day of your life. And so a lot of young people get jaded immediately, instantly jaded. Well, I'm not actually in the adult club because I turned 18. And it's like, correct. You are in the allowed to buy cigarettes and vote for your country club, but that absolutely does not mean that your opinion about cigarettes or the direction of this country are actually as valid as even somebody who's 17 years and 365 days. Even a person one day older than you has one day more experience than you. And then we get to but they're mature for their age is pederasty. That's all it is. If you ever hear anyone say that, all they're doing is saying, I would still fuck them. And that is unacceptable. It's an unacceptable chain of logic. What it means is that they are cognitively, emotionally, and or sexually more immature than the person they're describing. And if that person is significantly younger than them, that's a problem. That's a problem for you for being in that conversation. Which like puts me in a place that I shouldn't tell this story, but I can remember the first time I dated this girl, Devin. Dated is not what we did. I loved her intensely. And it turned out that she was a furry, really into it. And girls always do this. Girls always do this. They do that. Well, I'm not really into it. They'll like bring up something apropos of nothing as something that they may or may not like to see whether you like it to gauge your response. And if you respond strongly, they'll be like, well, I don't really like it. And so I had a non-response to, she brought up furries. She brought up furry conventions, and I had an effectively non-response to it. And so she starts talking about her goddamn experience with furry conventions, and I just non-responded to it because I tend to non-respond, especially to things I have limited or no experience with. Watch him come back with one, of course. Limited or no experience with, and I had exactly no experience with. I didn't even know that furries were a real thing. Fuck. I knew that furry porn was a real thing, but I didn't know that people dressing up and doing the whole furry thing was real. I cannot believe they're going to be this fucking paralyzed for this fucking long. It's starting to piss me off. That actually did kind of make me throw a temper tantrum. I was trying not to use that Phoenix down, and then they made me fucking waste it. Seriously. This fight is stupid. Easy. Just kill these damn... Except for the fucking paralysis. I thought it was the zombies that were paralyzing me. Paralyzing is how people tend to pronounce that word. Damn it. I was just praising this group for not making me do a bunch of this time, but that was my fault for talking. I legitimately got so upset about that, so emotional over that. I don't remember what I was talking about. The reason I got so emotional is because I thought while I was buying all those potions, all those other items, I thought to myself, you should just buy a bunch of Phoenix Downs. And I thought, nah. Asshole. Annoyed with myself over that. Okay, we're going to turn off the encounters and go back to town. And I got so fucking mad at myself over that. I don't remember what I was talking about. I was saying something relativistic. Just because I don't like a thing doesn't mean that you don't have to like a thing, but I would also recommend that you not like a thing because it's harmful for you to like it, but I don't remember what that was. I'm annoyed enough now that I'm just going to let it wipe. This is stupid. God damn it. Just feeding me a random wipe for no reason. It's okay. Golly gee. Please don't paralyze him. You can do the others. Just please, Kyle. Fuck. It definitely did do the others. It didn't need my permission. It was going to. They were going to feed us another fucking wipe. Okay, so last time we played this, I was talking about how the fuck do I get out of this dungeon? How did I get into this dungeon? I was warning you that this dungeon is some serious bullshit. And that it can throw wipes at you out of nowhere. And then that didn't really happen because we had so much AoE damage. Yeah. This dungeon can get on top of you quick. Especially skipping it. Skipping to it. Skipping Mount Golg to come right to it. But I don't know why I would go directly to Mount Golg. Anyway. Usually they're stupid like that, but holy shit, they can get on top of you quick. This is where my format struggles, because when I get into stressful situations, if I was just kind of casually talking and I don't remember what the hell I was saying or how I got into this dungeon. Do I need to leave anymore? No. Okay. Calm down. In the future, we can just throw petulant rage wipes like we're playing Chrono Trigger. Okay, and anyway, the TPK, the wiping there, is a part of the game. So that we didn't do it on the last run is a cool thing in its own right. It's just a part of the game. And we're good with that. They've taken away the worst part of the frustration. Don't put that on. How many times do I have to sell that crosier? Okay. Now I am lost. Good and. There's a door down there to the south. This is going to be problematic. We're probably going to need I'm probably going to want to stock up on more items. I'm probably going to have to just go back at some point. Damn, this party's health is all fucked up and lopsided. Also, just a little bit of shenanigans, not too much. What is happening? It's not accepting all of my button presses. Yeah, trying to get back to whatever I was talking about before that happened isn't going to happen. Trying to put my brain back in that place and it's just gone. Too tired. It's okay. I'm okay with that. I said the thing that was the most important to me to say. I really wanted to talk about just how much it matters to me to pause during the day and just, oh, right, I fell. I fell a floor. That's how I got down here. Right. I had been talking for a while, hadn't I? I hadn't been paying attention to what I was doing for a while. And my neurons trying to turn the fucking like old school dial safe or like a dial lock combination to try to get back into what the hell I was doing, and the tumbler just fell all the way out my ear. It's just gone. Wherever that oh boy, that neuronal preset was, it's over. Come on, don't be this way. Maybe if I turn that off. Shit. Nope. I'll get lucky. Maybe I'll get lucky. Ooh. Close. I said items. Said it and then forgot it. Said it and forget it. Basically. Dang! Man, we do so much melee damage, though. Our single target melee damage is nuts. Obviously, we have no one who can do AoE. Okay. No. Yes. Yes. No. Yes. 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 Oh my goodness. That's why I don't do this. Dang. Did not have the intended effect. I messed up. I picked the wrong targets. That's why I don't bother. I can't remember after a while. Okay, and after a while is after the first turn is over. I smoke too much weed, man. That's not even true. I don't smoke enough weed. I say that, but I can't even find my damn thing, so I guess I don't need to be smoking more tonight, do I? Yeah, we got down here by falling, so I've been avoiding this stair the whole time, like this is going to take me out of the dungeon. Oh my god, I need to be paying attention to my health. Please one-shot these fucking things. Wow, my monk and my thief are better than my warrior on this run. That's so cool, how different this run is from last time. Good golly. Yeah, we're probably just going to want to go out of the dungeon now. Just try to get the hell out of here. Oof. Inspectors are rough, man. This shit's trying to kill me down here. Damn. They hit so hard. Please level. Thank God. What do we got here? How much HP is that, Kyle? A pittance. Shitty level. Shit level 2. Mr. S. No, guys, you let me down. I need good levels. I need one of those 27 to a billion HPs. I need one of you to gain 1,000 HP next level, please. Whoo, we are not fucking around with cockatrices. Just not doing it. Have you noticed just how much faster the prompt is? Like how much quicker I can administer items in this game than in Chrono Trigger? This game's older. I know, it's the whole pixel remaster would make you think that what they did was make the interface more responsive. But that's not what happened. It's always been this good. I do not know why Chrono Trigger takes so long to do the math and then let me use another potion. But damn it, it takes so long. It really has to think. Just something that, like, cartridges didn't. The cartridges used to be preferred because they didn't. Madge. Shags, why are you avoiding 300 health? I like the agility, but those were not good levels. None of you gained a good level this time. I don't want to fall again. I want to be careful about that. Actually, I might want to fall again. Yeah! Kill these fucking things. Oh my god. Because we're at that spot where... Oh no. Okay. Okay. Is this the same entrance I came in? Oh. I see. Okay. I'm so dumb. I do that so often. I would just, if I were making a game, I would never do that. I would never put you off on a stairwell. Like, I would just never do that. I don't know how to say that sentence of what I would never do. I can't get it to form the words in my mind. The stairwell is facing the wall opposite of the way you need to go when you come in. And so when you come out, you're facing the wall the opposite of the way you need to go. So you see where you need to go and you start walking the way you need to go and you go back up the stairs. I would never do that. It's just so disrespectful of the player's time. Or like have you walk through a door going up and then come out of the door and your next move needs to be down. I would always have your next move be up or left or right. Never the forward being the opposite direction you were just going. Like this, how I went left to come down to this floor and it spit me out to the left of the stairs 100% of the time. That's also the way I need to go, so that I'm not inclined to go backward and rezone line. It didn't matter back then, right? Because no loading times. But today it's fucking what? Jesus Christ, I almost accidentally forgot heal instead of using it. That would have been a disaster. I need that spell down here. This is much better. That's much more like what we want that to fight to look like. I was trying to fuck. We're dead. I was trying to build the map in my mind, and I was just wrong in what I thought. Please don't. That's fine. All 9 of you can hit him. He can sustain it. Jeez. And this is why we carry a thief. The thief actually gets a bonus to running away. The thief and the monk are the only characters that have unspoken special stuff. It doesn't tell you anywhere in the game that the monk is better unarmed, and it doesn't tell you anywhere in the game that the rogue or the thief flees better, but that those are things. Ugh. 10 more of those and we level. Okay. And I was really stressing myself. God damn it. I was really stressing myself out. And this fight is dumb. So we want to end that and that. Please just don't hit me with a lightning bolt right now. Okay. Please don't hit me with AoE magic. Everything else you do is bullshit, and I'm not worried about it. But I really, really wanted you to not do that. But I healed enough that I was able to absorb it. And did we finish this fight in one? No. Yikes. Those guys are the most powerful thing we fight in here so far. Clothes was not worth it. They gave me shoes, bitch. Whew, here we go. Doing that at a sprint is stressful. Okay. Flame sword, ice shield. Interesting. Okay, and then we drop down the floor. Whee! Honk. And then we quick save. Because this was a fun fight. We're not... Ooh, we got a preemptive. Okay. This should be doable. I have to talk myself through this right now. I'm really struggle bussing. This should be doable. All right, this wasn't just maybe doable. This was doable. Swing. Okay, and then... Oh. This is where I got confused. We go up a floor here. Huh. Huh. Oops. We can handle some skelly boys. They're called blood bones, but we call them skelly boys. We can handle some skelly boys. Whoosh. With our far sword. I meant to see something, but I didn't see the things, so it's all good. Uh-oh. A bad sign to open the gate. But, alright. 2 down, 4 to go. 3 to go. 2 down. And there we go. Very nicely done, my friends. Even Kyle. Even Kyle. He's real even Kyled, you see. He doesn't get too up or down emotionally. He's very even Kyle. Oh no. We're out of that level of spell. That's bad news. That's actually very bad news, Bears. Okay. I knew that. White dragon? That's a euphemism for drugs. No, please don't. Oh no. Oh no, please. Please, no. God, please, no. God, please. Fuck. That's good. I don't like that they rolled such higher initiative than I did, but okay. Stona. You need to cast Stona on Shags because he's a Stona. He's a Stona boy. He likes the weeds. He says, no, you keep your golden needle away from... Okay, now I did that one on purpose. Okay. What am I doing wrong? We've cleared this dungeon enough times now that we don't need the encounters anymore. What am I doing wrong? That's a leave and go home step thing right there. Stairs is what those are called. Downstairs, upstairs, around this, into this room. Whereupon we fall. Oh no! That's crazy. And then we fight these guys. Whew. Would have loved a preemptive. Oh, we don't fight these guys. We run like hell from these guys. Not taking the risk that Dia doesn't get the job done. Come on, guys. Shit, really? Oh, we can't escape because it's a... Oh, that's a bummer. Okay. We can't escape because it's a scripted fight. That's not good. Well, so far it's actually not that bad. All the damage is going to Madge. And maybe we get lucky. We got a little lucky. That doesn't happen very often. We got a little lucky. Whew. Like actually towel off my forehead. That could have been much worse. And we gained the larval. Mr. S with the 27 HP level. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I was asking for. Oh, and Shag shows him up with 28 HP. No stamina, but I'll take the agility and the strength. Still my lowest HP. Really got to work on that, pal. You're supposed to be my highest. I say this like all the time. But really, he is supposed to have an absurd amount of HP. He will, hopefully. Hopefully he catches up. Okay. What I'm doing here, the mistake I'm making is very silly because I need to go and fall through this hole. That's all I've needed to do this whole time is walk up there, fall in that crack, and then slow walk my way and hit this for 222 damage. Why that number? Because that's how much I hit him with on my last run. So that was 230. Counts. Madge, 7 HP is bad. Everything else is good. I don't care about your intellect even a little bit. Donk. Okay. Now we have the Levy Stone. Wow, we're going to call that a labor of love and not a labor of I'm very stupid. But you watched what happened. Oh no. Everything I'm doing is very stupid right now. But that worked out. Look, a stupid thing working out is not a good enough metric. It is, but it really isn't. Like, we can get away with it for now, but we really need to learn from our mistakes. And our mistakes are to not be this tired, not be talking our audience's ear off about basically nothing. And you don't collect any of the gems, the crystals in order. I'm just looking at my inventory. I thought it went red, brown, blue, green. Or I thought it went brown, red, blue, green. It absolutely doesn't. It goes red, brown, blue. So it's not even intended for you to get them in order. As far as down there in the bottom left corner of my screen. God, please saved. Okay. Like, please tell me I saved under the right one. Let's just quickly, because we got here so quickly, so fast, and with so relatively few complications. Let's just go ahead and get the airship now. It's just a silly cutscene. And then how am I doing for time? Oh yeah, right where I plan to be after an hour, and then I might need to hit the hay. I might need to just go ahead and call today complete and get my ass the fuck to sleep. I like that little trick, being able to park your boat on rivers. That's clever. It's true to life too, and so I like clever, true to life, intuitive gaming decisions, design decisions rather. I like that. I like that a great deal. You obtain an airship. Hell yeah. See, I guess the logic of the game in order is that they want you to go canoe, take the canoe to here, canoe, take the canoe to here, canoe, take the boat to the airship. And so we really only use the canoe for one dungeon, but that will be in keeping with tradition in later Final Fantasies. So I think that this became the preferred way to play this game by the people, probably even by the dev team. That's my headcanon. They start wanting to throw vehicles and throw flying weapons at you pretty quick in JRPGs of after this time in general. Okay, and so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to come up here to the Tower of Trials, right? Because we got to get the rat tail, and then once we get the rat tail, we can get our classes upgraded. Did I ever go to this town? Did I ever figure out what that town is? I have to have. I beat the game. I don't know why I'm second guessing everything I do. That's the town. I actually don't remember what's in that town. I'm on the wrong island. They're called continents when they're that large. Also, you notice how much bigger this world is than the Chrono Trigger world, right? Like, I understand that that world has like 15 different variants of the map, and so they didn't want to. But come on. That's all. Okay, and that is all. That might be all I've got tonight. I am bushed. I promised you midnight. I promised you until at least midnight, and it's 12. It's 23:58. So I promised you 2 minutes. So what do we got? What do we got for 2 minutes? We can get to the tower for 2 minutes. We can do that. Let's turn on the encounters too, because that'll burn up 2 minutes. There we go. I promised you 2 minutes. I can, God damn it, I can fulfill that promise, a small promise. It's not a big promise. You're not asking me for much. You're asking me to, you or the, why did I do that? You, the future audience, are asking me to stand in solidarity with your life and woo, promising you something and then walking away minutes earlier than what I said I would is the exact opposite of what I was talking about earlier today when I was talking about young people needing to learn that your clock off time being when the next person on your shift is going to show up and you will go home when you go home. I would be doing the opposite of that. I didn't bring myself any, I didn't pick items, nothing. What am I doing? All right. Let's spend that 2 minutes stocking up for this adventure like smart people would do. We know there's a town up here. And then I'm going to go to bed and I'm going to sleep very well. And I hope you're going to sleep very well. And then we're going to get up, not at the same time and not together. And we're going to do it again tomorrow. And then we're going to do it tomorrow after that. And you're going to start to notice the theme. Oof, hiccups. What? Oh, those ruby armors are more expensive than I thought. I'll eventually remember to sell that crozier. I might be doing it now. Hey, I remembered to do it. I'm a winner. Dang, I need 600. I need 600 gold. Well, nobody can use this. Why did I do that? Okay. And then we didn't do any of what I said I was going to do when we came here. I said I was going to buy a bunch of items. I didn't do that. So next time with Shaggy Philalitea, we will be tackling the, what's it called? Like Tower of Trials or Castle of Trials or something like that. Is this one of those towns that doesn't have a fucking item vendor? You got two spell boys and no item vendor. Why is my life this way? Who are you? Don't care, actually. Okay, the item, I remember. We can maybe buy one high potion. We can buy two. There. We bought some stuff. There. We totally bought a whole dungeon's worth of high potions. Totally remembered to did it. That's right. I said that the way I meant to. Totally remembered to do it. I bet you I've totally got enough money. I don't have enough money to go to an inn. I don't need to go an inn anyway. We don't need the spell slots. That's a save. That, my friends, is oh boy. I can do this. That is 12:02. It's been 2 hours after my shift. Thank you so very much for being here, really. Thank you for being here with me. Um, I can't say thank you properly for the opportunity to share not just this game and not just the way I think and the way I feel and the way I process my life, but just for being able to share with you is very cool. I don't actually know how to express that gratitude without just constantly gushing and being easily taken advantage of. So thank you for being here. And just do me a favor and remember to thank Mr. S for his contributions to my life, future audience. I'm sure that someday when he's watching these and he sees just even a single thank you, Mr. S, in the comments, it will make everything that he's done for me all the more worth it because I do choose to believe him when he says that helping me on its own right helps him and is worth it for him. So thank you guys very much for being here. You are beloved by me. I would love to learn to love you